I'm going to attempt the test burn number 4. This is rebuild number 4. Excuse me, 3. Test burn number 4, rebuild number 3. And immediately we have a pretty decent draw. And I don't know if I'm starting it with shredded paper from my paper shredder. How about that? And we got a good draw. It's definitely, the smoke is definitely going back up. I mean, we don't have any serious flame going just yet, but let me see if I can grab another handful of this shredded paper, and we'll put it down in here like so. I may have to do that a couple of times to actually get this bad boy going. Yeah, I mean, it's drawing because immediately any kind of smoke is going back up into the burn tunnel. I like what I see there. That's pretty good. Now, if this wood will catch, and I can hear the rocket going already. But that wood doesn't really want to. I think the wood's a little bit moist. This is some scrap lumber from construction of the greenhouse. And it's been sitting out here in this cold, wet environment. It's been out of the weather, but still, I guess you could say that it's probably got some moisture content in it. I don't know if that's an issue why. I mean, you know, getting these things started is always, I guess, the biggest challenge. And the paper wants to. I don't have a problem with draw. That's for sure. She's drawing pretty doggone good. Let's just get this doggone pine construction lumber to start up. Give me some kind of a fire. Okay, some of it's catching, so that's good. Sorry for the herky-jerky on the video, but I'm doing this by myself. Alright. Still, no smoke is coming up the burn chamber, which is a beautiful thing compared to some of the other conditions that I have had. So looks like I have a little bit of some of that kindling is trying to start up there. I see some flame back down in there. Try another handful of this shredded paper. See where that gets us. I'm sure that I'll come up with some better method to kindle the fire to begin with than just shredded paper, but that's not a bad choice if I can just get the sticks to catch on fire. to ignite. Okay, I think we're headed in the right direction. But I really like what's happening based on the previous failures that I've had. Alright, so that looks pretty good. We're going to kind of show you, let that catch a little bit, and then I'll talk a little bit about what I got going on here. So I have some still photos that I'm going to post with this this third build out. Okay, so the first build out, I used the clay what's called chimney liner, and after 3 fires, the pipe split longitudinally on both sides, and I could hear it from inside. You know, it just sounded like a deep resonating pop, just pop. I knew immediately that that chimney liner had cracked, and I think actually I could have gotten some continued service out of it even though it was cracked, but I don't think it would have been very efficient. Okay, so now you can hear the wood crackling and popping there. That's pretty nice, but you can see the rocket effect. And this firebox right here, or this feed box I should say, is 13 inches from the top to the bottom, and the actual burn box is, the firebox is the width, the depth of the firebox is the width of 1 brick, which is right at 4 inches. So we have roughly 17 inches from the top of the feed chamber to the bottom of the firebox. I think that's a pretty safe condition. And boy, she's cooking now. Top of the barrel is really hot. Yes, amen, that's right. That T, which is, it's about 15 inches from the barrel, and here's a T and a clean out that that's plenty warm. That elbow is warm. Now we've made it to the back side, and she's plenty warm there. Come over here to the 90 up, so we transition from 8-inch to 6-inch, and I go 6-inch pipe all the way up. It's nice and cool there. I've got an articulating elbow there that then runs outside, and I have about 6 inches of pipe on the outside. I currently do not have it capped off, and I don't think that it's an issue, because at this point it's just going to have to be what it is until I get my cap situated on there appropriately. So my burn tunnel, and I'll start the burn tunnel, my calculation goes from right here to basically center of the heat riser, and it's 22 inches. I'd read plenty of information about 24-inch burn tunnels, and I'm going with, it ended up being 22 inches because that's the material that I had. So I guess if you include the dimension from here to here, we end up being, you know, that's about 7 inches. So you end up with 29 total inches there. So I've got to clean out here, and I've got to clean out down there. I can't really take a true temperature reading because I've had this propane heater going in here for probably about 3 hours. So currently inside this greenhouse it's 60 degrees. On the back wall, this is the chicken house. The chicken house starts here, and you can see the chickens back there. So the depth of the chicken house is 9 feet by 12 feet. Also have quail back there. This is the greenhouse proper, and basically a panorama view. So the greenhouse is 12 foot wide, and it's a total of from the very front here all the way back to the back insulated wall. That is it's roughly 20 feet. Okay, now this back wall right here is an insulated wall. It's 4-inch foam, high density foam, and it's got a metal sheet metal outer jacket. This was one of the partitions that went in a cold box, freezer type box or something like that. So and in the still pictures you'll see that I started by excavating about 5 inches, 4 inches, and then I took these blocks here. You can see there's a chunk that came from an excavated walkway from my previous home, and I knew that 2 years ago when I ripped up that block that I would be using it for the base of this, so I put it on the back side of the property and kept it there for a while. So I'll fill in between my 2 pieces of ductwork here with earth mass and some other material, rock, stone, sand, whatever I can get my hands on. I have plenty of this red clay on the property, and I've excavated a small pond, so I've got yards and yards and yards of that. And it's very pliable when it's moist, and it's really good clay. So I think we're going to be in good shape with that. Okay, so now we can start feeding this fire with I have this stuff that's already chopped, and I'll just take her and drop her in there. No particular rhyme or reason. I've seen a lot of guys on different videos that have spent lots and lots of time trying to just get their wood in there just right, and I don't know, that I may end up having to do the same thing, but I think we'll be okay for now. So the barrel is plenty warm down here, and I'm not gonna, yeah, it's plenty warm on the top. So that's a 35-gallon drum, and what I've used for my heat riser now is 6-inch mild steel pipe, just industrial pipe, and I set the riser to be about 2 inches from the very top of the plate right up in here. That was a major engineering feat for me, a lot of excavation to get that thing down there. So the riser starts at 37 inches, so I had to calculate how many fire brick, and dig down, excavate it, so that I could get a good burn tunnel that was even and level in there. Okay, so I'm just kind of rambling about some of the details of this. I'm going to post from start to finish where I'm at right now, and it would appear that this third rocket mass heater build out of the stove and all of its components is functioning properly, and we've probably been at it now, let's see, 14 minutes and 43 seconds. So I'm going to sign this off for now, and we'll catch up with you guys a little bit later.